Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We're a day out from the first round. The play-ins are going on. I'm watching Notre Dame at Rutgers play, but here's what I'm going to do. Today, I'm going to be giving you 5 upsets to watch out for in March Madness. And if you want to, go ahead and pick them. I will say, pick at your own risk. I think I did this video 2 years ago. And all the upsets I said would happen, all 5 of them lost. So, these are just my 5 favorite. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna pick all of these, but I'm just gonna give you some of the ones that I like. The first upset that I like. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull up some data. Because I gotta have some data. The first upset that I like is Vermont over Arkansas. Now, I think momentum is a big thing going into March Madness. I value momentum a lot more than the average person. Arkansas just got thrashed by Texas A&M. I mean, they got annihilated. It was not a very pretty game. And A&M sadly did not even end up making the tournament. And Vermont went in their conference. I think they went 18-1 or something. They were a very respectable team. And in the 2 major conference teams that they played, Providence and Maryland, they held themselves close in both of those games. Also, somewhat of an advantage, this game is in Buffalo, New York. A lot closer to Vermont than Fayetteville, Arkansas. So that could be a slight little thing that is going in Vermont's favor. They're 28-5. They shoot the 3 really well. The BPI likes them. They're at 38 in the BPI compared to 20 for Arkansas. So that's not a very big gap. You'd expect a 12 seed to be in about the low 40s, 48, 47-ish range. They're at 38. So they're ranked higher than some of the other 12 seeds. This is their description. Vermont rolled through the America East Conference tournament with 3 blowout victories, led offensive scoring by Ryan Davis, well above average on both sides of the ball. Their offense, which ranks among the best in the land in terms of field goal percentage and turnover percentage. They do not turn the ball over. They definitely they take care of the ball. They don't turn it over, which is basically what cost Wyoming against Indiana. They only lost by 8. They had 20 turnovers. You do not want a team that's turning the ball over. And think about this. At least one 13 seed has beaten a 4 seed in 26 of the last 36 tournaments. Upset 1 that I like is Vermont. Second upset. I'm trying to keep track of all the ones that I picked. Second upset that I like is UAB over Houston. Now, Houston is 29-5, and basically all things are leading to me picking to take Houston. But you never know with those 5-12s. And Houston has had some games where they've really struggled against some teams that they should be beating by a lot more. I mean, they almost lost to a bad Wichita State team. They got blown out by Memphis twice. I realize they won in the conference title game. But UAB has fared very well. San Francisco, who's a quality team that a lot of people are liking in this tournament, they only lost to them by 2. Hung with them very well. And what part of the reason I'm taking UAB is because of that whole 5-12 thing. And the Conference USA has fared very well in the tournament. Think about last year. North Texas won. Middle Tennessee State beat Michigan State out of Conference USA. Western Kentucky has performed well in past tournaments. Marshall beat Wichita State not too far ago. So the Blazers, who are coming out hot after winning a major conference, could be an interesting team to look out for. I like the Blazers. Next, I'm trying to think. This is one that really I don't even think would be that big of an upset. Actually, The public. The public has picked this team. Like, if you look at the People's Bracket on ESPN, it shows you who picked who. And obviously, it's all one seeds in the Final Four. More people have actually picked this team. It's Virginia Tech over Texas. Virginia Tech, I mean, you don't want to play them right now. They are running on fumes. They stormed through the ACC, beating the top 3 seeds. They beat Duke, Notre Dame, and North Carolina. They have just ran through teams. And Texas hasn't looked very good as of late. They just blew a really bad lead. They have losses to Seton Hall and to Oklahoma. Lost to Baylor twice, lost to Texas Tech twice, lost to Gonzaga. They did split a game with Kansas, but against the top teams, Texas has not fared very well. What's their record against tournament teams? They beat Tennessee, lost to Seton Hall, lost to Texas Tech twice, lost to Baylor twice, and they went 1-1 against Kansas. They're 2-7 against tournament teams. They haven't really lived up to expectations this season. Hokies for the upset. I know my favorite upset, and I want to save that one for last. What's the other one I picked? I know I had another one in there. Okay. All right. The last, by the way, a 9 seed beating an 8 seed is not an upset. Actually, 9 seeds have a better winning percentage all time against 8 seeds. So, not an upset. And I wouldn't even really consider a 10 versus 7 an upset. But my fourth upset of the 5 is going to be Loyola over Ohio State. And when it comes to the spread, the spread is currently even for this game. Even spread. Which is, it's a pick-up. It's a toss-up. But I like Loyola in this game. They've fared very well against of the 3 tournament teams that they've played. They lost to Auburn by 9. Okay, that's a 2 seed. Held them within 10. Great game. Lost to Michigan State by 2. I watched that game. That was a great game. Michigan State scored a basket in the last 10 seconds. And they beat San Francisco by 5. So they fared very well against other teams in the tournament. Ohio State, you don't know what you're going to get with them. You are picking into a hat, and you're wondering which Ohio State team you're going to get. You're either going to get the team that beat Duke, beat Illinois, beat Michigan, beat Wisconsin, but you also get the team that got throttled by Nebraska and Penn State. 2 teams that Loyola is definitely better than. And Loyola is very well coached. They are disciplined. They do not... What's the description? Loyola's familiar with making noise as a lower seed. They made the Final Four in 2011 and the Sweet 16 as an 8 seed. They have the youngest D1 coach, Drew Valentine, since their head coach, Porter Moser, left for Oklahoma. It doesn't matter. Still in the tournament. They're an experienced team that ranks among the nation's 2 leaders in 2-point field goal percentage and 3-point field goal percentage. They shoot the ball well. What's their shooting percentage? It doesn't show shooting percentage. But Ramblers like them. And the last upset, and I will put a guarantee that I will actually put a Quincy Bowl. This is a guarantee. I guarantee you this upset happens. I will guarantee this one. South Dakota State over Providence. South Dakota State, undefeated in conference play. Against tournament teams, they haven't really fared so well. Lost to Missouri State by 12. They lost to Alabama by 16. They had some games, but they are rolling right now. They're 30-4, and I believe they rank in the top 10 in offense. Let's look at KenPom really quick. Where do they rank in offensive efficiency? Currently, South Dakota State ranks 12th in offense. Their defense, don't look at the defense. Just don't. Just don't look at the defense. But they are lights out from three. Not only do they shoot more three-pointers than most teams, they shoot 44% from three. That's the best in all of college basketball. And the team that they're playing, Providence, they're 25-5. That's a great record. KenPom has a luck rating. I'm not quite sure what the luck rating entails, but I'd imagine it's just how lucky is this team compared to what the stats say they're expected to get. The luckiest team in all of college basketball is Providence. With a luck rating of plus 194. The next highest, Samford, is at plus 162. And the next highest tournament team, Colorado State, at fourth. They're at plus 130. And what does Providence rank in offense? They're 32nd in offense and 81st in defense. The specialization of the Jacks and their three-point prowess should get them a win. Also, Providence is 43rd in the BPI. Vermont is higher than Providence in BPI. Jacks will win. Now, those are just first-round games. I'll give you some other things. I think what's also interesting is opportunity. This goes for all of you playing in a bracket pool. Basically, the concept is, what team are not a lot of people picking that I think could have a chance to win? Like, here's a good example for you. Michigan is an 11 seed playing Colorado State, a 6. 56% of people have picked Michigan. First of all, I don't think Michigan's that great. I think Colorado State will beat them pretty easily. If you're on the fence about that Colorado State-Michigan game, I would take Colorado State because you're getting a higher seed and a better opportunity cost. And Michigan's starting point guard will not be playing. He's hurt. So definitely pick Colorado State. But a good opportunity cost would be San Francisco. Everyone would say San Francisco's got a pretty good chance to beat Murray. I know I picked Murray State, but a lot of people think San Francisco is going to have a pretty good chance to beat Murray State, right? Only 32% of people have picked San Francisco. Compared to the other 10 seeds, 45% of people are on Miami, 48% are on Loyola, and 40% are on Davidson. Only 32 are on San Francisco. So if you're really feeling confident about the Dons, pick them, because that could be a good opportunity right there for some points. But yeah, those are my upsets. The 5 in the first round that I said: Vermont, UAB. I'm trying to remember. Vermont, UAB, Virginia Tech, Loyola, South Dakota State. Those are your 5 upsets to watch out for. Now, knowing my luck, they'll all lose. And a team like, I don't know, Montana. Actually, Montana State's not bad. Some whack team like Akron's going to win or something. But anyway, love you guys. Those are the upsets. See ya.